Oh, thank you.
Good morning. We are here for the Marion County Board of Commissioners Wednesday, December 3rd, 2025 board session. It's 9:06 a.m. and we're in the Senator hearing room at 555 Court Street Northeast in Salem. And if you would please stand and join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Madam Chair.
Brenda, can you give me a pen? Did you steal? Never mind. You stole my pen? I got one. Okay. I need
Well, that's because I sat in your chair when I first got here.
Oh, did you want to share it?
No, I just looked at 3 computers and I went, oh, this is where I'm at.
It's all you, buddy, any day.
You want me to make this motion here? Yeah, that's what I was going to do. Madam Chair, I'll make a motion to add an item to the consent agenda under Information Technology and License Agreement with Team Dynamics Solutions for Service and Project Portfolio Management.
I'll second the motion.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye, the motion passes. And we have no public comment today. So no, at least nobody signed up for public comment today. Commissioner Wallace, would you read the consent?
I'd be happy to, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, I move the consent agenda under Board of Commissioners. Approve orders reappointing Dr. Erlene Camarillo and Dr. Leon Harrington to the Marion County Mental Health Advisory Committee with terms ending December 31st, 2028. And approve orders appointing Dr. Carlos Texador Maldonado and Joshua Lair to the Marion County Local Alcohol and Drug Planning Committee with terms ending June 30th, 2029. And an order appointing Joshua Lair as the LADPC Chair through December 31st, 2027. Under Clerk's Office, approve the contract for services with Links Group Incorporated in the not-to-exceed amount of $300,000 to provide ballot printing services for regular and special Marion County elections effective January 1st, 2026 through December 31st, 2026. Under Finance, approve a quitclaim deed for the private sale and transfer of ownership of tax foreclosed property for tax account 516497 from Marion County to James and Arika Mitchell. Under Health and Human Services, approve an order appointing the following individuals as directors designees to authorize emergency actions for the Marion County Community Mental Health Program. Kat Altair, Steve Jackson, Laura Roberts, Robert George, Kathy Martell, Kathy Sias, Jennifer Hine, Dana Padilla, and Shannon Wilhelm. Approve amendment number 1 to the contract for services with Iris Telehealth Medical Group, PA, to add $500,000 for a not-to-exceed contract total of $1,075,000 to continue to provide telepsychiatric treatment for patients identified and scheduled by Marion County Health and Human Services through January 31st, 2027. Approve a contract for services with Robert Heister, PMHNP, in the not-to-exceed amount of $300,000 to provide skilled medical assessment and psychiatric mental health nurse practitioner services through October 31st, 2028. And approve the incoming funds sub-grant agreement with Pacific Source Community Solutions in the not-to-exceed amount of $451,693.23 to assist with health-related social needs services, nutrition support, staffing, and enhanced community coordination, retroactive July 31st, 2025 through December 31st, 2028. Under Information Technology, approve the purchase order with CDW Government LLC in the amount of $305,645 for the renewal of a subscription-based storage array effective January 30th, 2026 through January 29th, 2029. And approve amendment number 1 to the purchase order with Robert Half International to add $149,444.50 for a new PO total of $228,574 to continue to provide temporary staffing services through June 30th, 2026. And then approve the license agreement with Team Dynamics Solutions LLC in the not-to-exceed amount of $241,553.47 to provide service management and project portfolio management services through December 3rd, 2030.
I'll second the motion.
Oh, we got
one more, sorry. And under Tax Office, approve an order for a property tax refund for KLLB Buy One LLC, account 355022, in the amount of $56,607.30.
Now I will second the motion.
Thank you. I have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
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 Aye, the motion passes. All right, and our first item under action, Steve is going to talk to us about an ordinance amendment.
Thank you, Steve Elzinga, Marion County Council. This proposed Marion County Code 1.25.220 amendment is before you for a first reading. This amendment supports reasonable county code enforcement while preventing frivolous cases. Changes are intended to unambiguously confirm the longtime county understanding of the purpose of this county code provision. Today is the first reading, which can be by title only. The title is An Ordinance Amending and Updating Marion County Code Chapter 1.25.220. We will have a second reading and consideration of final passage on December 17th.
Okay. Commissioners, do you have any questions?
No, Madam Chair, I'll make the motion that you read the title once only.
I will second that motion.
I have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
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 Aye, the motion passes. What do you want me to do with this? Brittany
you got
gave me
it,
direction yesterday.
Just read it.
Okay. An ordinance amending and updating Marion County Code Chapter 1.25.220. All right. Thanks. All right, and we will postpone the board session and open a public hearing to consider recommended change.
Nope, we can't because it's not 9:30 yet.
Oh, just kidding. We're gonna pause the board session for 15 minutes. We'll be back at 9:30.
experienced that years ago.
Okay, we're open. All right, we're back for opening the board session and entering into a public hearing to consider the recommended changes to municipal solid waste collection rates with the unincorporated areas of Marion County. Brian May, good morning.
Good morning. For the record, Brian May, Public Works Environmental Services Division Manager. And yes, we're here this morning to kind of review regards a request from our haulers based on our cost of service analysis. This is also called COSA. This is provided by our franchise haulers, all 8 of them in Marion County, and bring it forward for your review. I'll do a little overview of the process. This starts basically the first of each year. All of our 8 haulers prepare their cost of service analysis, so they're pulling all their information for 2024 and bringing that forward. That'll happen over a couple months, and then this material is submitted in March to the Haulers Association for a comprehensive review. So this material is then consolidated and reviewed statistically to look for any anomalies, and then projections are put in place to finish out 2025, and then also to project 2026, because that's kind of where we're looking to set rates, is for January 1 of 2026. Between June and August, this information is provided to our third party, Marion County's third party consultant, Bell & Associates, Chris Bell specifically, who does his own analysis and looks at the consolidation, does a review the reporting, projections, and then does some collaboration with our haulers for additional questions or any things that may have come up through that review process. Starting in September through November, we'll bring this information forward to the commissioners, to yourselves, for discussions about the rates, what's changed, what's been happening within the last year. Some of those meetings are with our haulers and some are without. So again, want to thank you for all the time and effort this year to go through our COSA process. We know that garbage impacts everybody in the entire county, and also want to thank our haulers for their detailed work and hard work that they put into this. So that kind of brings us to today. And normally I start off with kind of the bad news, but I want to talk about good news this year. Medical waste rates. Usually don't talk much about our medical waste rates, but I can tell you today that we're not looking for any form of an increase. The haulers are not for 2026. As you recall, last year we went through a major shift with our incinerator closing. This material has now been moved through and processed by Biomed and taken out to an Idaho landfill. So these rates are staying fixed currently. Marion Environmental Services is not looking for a rate increase. We are going through a process with Biomed. They are trying to site a facility in Salem in the county to process medical waste, and with the hopes that that's going to reduce our costs in our future. So we're looking forward to what that brings in 2026 for us. So excited about that. Excited about, again, no increase requested. It's always nice to talk about nothing versus having to talk about something. All right, so we start going to the next, and this is where we get into our collection rates, our franchise collections. Want to talk about some of the things that have adjusted this, and the biggest impact we have this year is the Recycle Modernization Act. We've talked a little bit about that through this last year. It was implemented July 1 of 2025. The biggest piece of this is we've had a lot of fluctuations in the cost of recycling over time, right? That's usually a needle mover that impacts our curbside rates, is that fluctuation of the market and what it bears for the haulers and what the consumer has to pay. The benefit of RMA, the Recycling Modernization Act, is they have now set that rate at 0. So instead of last year our haulers paying $100 a ton to take this material and to be processed and recovered, that is now 0. So that drops that. So that's why you don't see some of your normal significant increases you might on an annual basis from collection, because these have been, in a sense, bought down by that savings of not having that disposal projection for the rest of 2025 and then into 2026. So that's why you see those reductions. So from another good news standpoint, on our rural side, where there is no request for any form of increase for 2026 on all 3 lines, residential, commercial, or industrial, the drop box. So for 2026, though, for our urban areas, we're looking at what I consider more minor increases, a 2.2% increase on residential, which your standard 35-gallon cart, that's 70 cents per month. So it'll go from $31.15 to $31.85. Kind of the customary commercial accounts of 4-yard containers going up 1.6% potential from $2.30 234.8 to 234.5, so $3.70 a month. On our industrial or the drop box, the large containers, the 30-yard containers, as an example, up 3.6% is an increase of $7 per haul. So again, no rural increase, just a request on the urban side of things. Any questions?
You have any questions, commissioners?
What was the original amount, percentage that came in that Chris had presented, Chris had presented to us? On the urban.
The only one that was changed besides what's on the screen was residential, and that was at 4.4%.
And it went to 2.2?
2.2%, yes.
Okay.
Any questions?
I don't have any questions. No.
Okay, great. I don't have any questions either. Thanks, Brian.
Thank you.
All right, I'll close the public hearing and open the board meeting and go into our last action item
There's people that
for the day.
they
I
want to
don't
make
have
comments.
any public comment for this.
No? Okay.
They're just here to observe.
All right.
I have nothing handed to me by the staff to maintain, Commissioner. We're gonna now go into the final action of the day to consider approval of an order to approve the adjustment of solid waste collection rates for haulers within unincorporated areas of Marion County as described in Exhibit A.
So can you make that motion?
Sure.
Okay. Madam Chair, I move that we approve an order to approve the adjustment of solid waste collection rates for haulers within the unincorporated areas of Marion County as described in Exhibit A.
I'll second the motion.
I have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All right.
Aye, the motion passes. Thank you.
Thank you.
That's our last item of action for the day. Commissioners, do you have anything for the record?
No, ma'am.
Commissioner Cameron?
Oh, I
Want to
think.
talk any more about being
The
up late?
yeah. I got here on time. I was here on time. That's all that matters. Yeah, since I was on the record about
Right.
sleeping in until 8 o'clock this
Yeah.
morning. No, just that if people get a chance, the tree lighting happened yesterday at the Capitol. Of course, it was, they got it finally lit. It had a couple,
Snafus?
yeah, snafus, but finally lit. But while I was there, I hadn't been to the Capitol. They've opened up some of the new, like downstairs.
The rotunda?
Well, downstairs, which, we used to operate a restaurant downstairs. It's
Oh,
like,
in the basement?
yeah,
Oh.
it's totally different down there. It's beautiful, and they've got 2 new hearing rooms on each end, and like hearing room 350 is still intact, but it's
Modern now.
modern, yeah. And so if anybody who gets a chance, maybe over the holidays, like I think my grandson's singing at 2 o'clock coming up here one of these days, but they'll have music every day, and it's just a couple blocks down from our office. So just telling the public, if they get a chance to go and enjoy the Christmas festivities at the Capitol, it's new and different. I mean, the rotunda looks the same, but I was talking to the lady who's done the whole project over there, and she said they actually went up and repainted, opened up the dome inside, and put up the original colors of the dome because it had faded over the years and been painted over, and so some of the restoration. So our Capitol building looks really, really nice, and they're hopefully before the February session, they'll have everything done and reopened. And
I'm
going,
sure
so.
the food is not as good, though, as when you were cooking
Is
it.
there a restaurant in the basement again?
Yes, yes, there
Okay.
is. There is.
Is it
And-
open?
No, not yet.
Okay.
In fact, somebody said, do you want to come back and operate the restaurant? I go, nope, never again am I going to be in the restaurant business. Yeah.
That's awesome.
So anyways, I did that last night. It was wonderful. I said this to you, the national anthem that was sang by the Willamette, what'd you call it? The Willamette
Chamber choir?
Chamber choir.
Chamber Choir. It was probably one of the best renditions of the national anthem that I have ever heard. It was just awe-inspiring. So it was a good night.
Good, thanks for sharing.
All right.
Okay,
Madam Chair,
we're
be a hero.
adjourned. No, I'm happy to adjourn. We're adjourned. Have a great day.